Europolitiche was a week-long event for members of different organizations across Europe with youth center events to learn and get to meet each other and about Strasbourg, a city with a bunch of political connections and a rich history. The main topic of conversation for the event was around fake news and media literacy, something that not only affects us, but the youth of the entire world. The first day began with a presentation of the program and welcome by President Antonio de Chiaja, followed by quick presentations from each of the participants. After which, the presentation of Erasmus Plus and a Pale platform by the Erasmus ambassador Je suis Rossi took place. Then following that, to top off the morning, there was an introduction of the history of Europe and the European institutions by Mario Leone, director of the educational partner of the Istituto Spinelli of Vettetone. The second part of the first day consisted of a roundtable on democracy and pluralism in the digital era with the Young Association European Strasbourg and the NGO AMSED. The organization probed these representatives with questions regarding federalism, media literacy, and fake news, in which the representatives gave their insights with their prospective organizations and knowledge. The wrapping up of this conversation led to the end of day one of Europolitiche. However, afterwards, I got the opportunity to interview two representatives from the organization Educazione Civica Europa, Valentina and Francesca, about probing questions such as how would you define European citizenship, what are some of the roles that a European citizen inherently has, and connecting to their organization, why is education so interconnected to European citizenship? Their answers demonstrated the values of both of the representatives and their organization.
Well, in my opinion, European citizenship is not just a legal status, it is a sense of belonging to a shared European community with values rooted in peace, democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. It involves awareness of the rights and responsibilities that come with being a part of the European Union, as well as the active participation in shaping the future of Europe.
Citizens should become increasingly aware of European Union initiative, and they all together should fight fake news and impact by voting for the European Parliament and interact with the EU institution with the help of Europe Directs. I personally participated to Europe Direct Rome 3 initiatives.
Interculturality and solidarity are crucial components of European citizenship. Education should actively promote these values to help young people understand and embrace the cultural diversity that define Europe. Solidarity ensures that all citizens, regardless of background, are treated with respect and equality. This inclusiveness is essential for fostering a united Europe where people work together for common goal, transcending differences.
The second day began with a visit to the European Parliament, followed by a guided tour of the Mediatek of Frida Kahlo, in which we were able to talk to the director about the founding of this Mediatek and its importance to the Strasbourg community. What is your name and how long have you worked here?
I am Guillaume Gast, and I've been working here since it was a blank sheet of paper. So it's 2000 and 2018.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So you've talked about the Frida Kahlo Mediatek being a community space. Do you think this aligns with the ideas of solidarity and within European citizenship? And how does this differ from, say, other mediatheks within Strasbourg?
Okay, I think all libraries are related with the what did you say?
Solidarity.
Solidarity, of course, because it's the idea of library is the idea of sharing for free or for almost free cultural goods. And this is the essence of solidarity, because that is what can help people to get access. And the libraries in its essence is a concept of solidarity and of common goods.
Okay. My second question is, you emphasize that this location is not exactly a rich location. It's for people who are from many different backgrounds. But does that differ from other mediatheks when you say this is a completely free library? Yes. That the idea of bringing in people like single moms, for example, is that a space of community for people who may have come from more disadvantaged backgrounds? And is this more of like a community space for them as well?
Of course, what I can see here is that we are in the middle of a historical center and a city, a part of the city which is very poor, and the people they meet here. We have elder people, we have young people. You have people from different backgrounds in terms of nationalities or everything, and they all gathered here in the library. So this is what we have achieved, and it's interesting.
The final documented day consisted of a study visit to the Council of Europe, followed by a showcase of Art TV, along with a presentation of the challenges of how to be a European channel and how to communicate with Europe in general. This was then followed by a visit to the European Youth Center and debating with a Council of Europe experts on how to involve young generation and local communities regarding media literacy and AI.
We started to work without a business plan, without nothing. We always did TV. And today, since 2015, we have colleagues, we have ambassadors from Italy, from Poland, from Spain, from England, okay? They are working for Arte Europe. Now we change a bit our direction and our philosophy. We are not only a German Franco channel, TV channel, but a European platform.
And we have the one here, and we have another one in Budapest that opened after the Iron Curtain fell. The center here, just to put you a bit also in his context, huh? The center here was started to function in 1972, and it was built to be a youth center. And this is also protected monument somehow. Okay, so that we cannot start to paint the concrete because it is architectural heritage.
What is your name and how long have you worked here?
My name is Tudoroshu, and I've been with the Council of Europe for 4 months now.
So my question is about media literacy. You talked about the fact that media literacy, to actually be better and effective, there needs to be long-term plans and strategies. Could you expand a little bit on what you think those could look like so we can better educate the youth within Erasmus?
Sure. The Council of Europe is running an exercise of consulting with member states on that. So it's not coming with a normative view on the issue. We are getting back to all 46 member states, asking them what are their challenges, but also what are their proposed solutions. And based on this information, we formulate standards. When it comes to media literacy and youth, well, youth in particularly, I would say probably the best advice that we can give at this moment is for them to get involved. And I know this is a bit of a shared responsibility because we have to create the avenues for them to get involved. We are hoping that the issue of fake news and disinformation, something that we see that has evolved quite rapidly in the last couple of years, is going to be something that we are going to be able to solve or find some mitigations to it, and not leave it, as we were discussing a bit earlier in our talks, not leave it for the next generation to deal with a bigger problem. So that's why probably the best advice would be for youth to get involved and for us to create the avenues for this to happen.
And then my final question is based off of the freedom of expression in VR. Could you just expand a little bit on what that means in our modern context?
Sure. What we have identified, or at least what the governing structures of the Council of Europe has identified and has mandated its freedom of expression department to look at, is that we are actually dealing with something different than day-to-day interaction and freedom of expression. Just to give you an example, when people enter the metaverse or other types of virtual realities, data is collected also on their behavior, not just what they say or what they do. And this data is used then to calibrate the system that's a bit more complex than what we are used to. Again, these are elements that are new to the everyday context and of interaction and the freedom of expression. And we are in the process of trying to get more information on this, study its effects, and come with a rights-based approach also in these environments.